So my company is Buckley Real Estate Inspection. Dan went over a few of these things. I went to college at Colorado State University, graduated in 1996 with a degree in construction management. Went to work for Hensel Phelps Construction. What do you call it, Hensler?
I don't know, I just
Okay, it's Hensel Phelps Construction. Been a home inspector for actually about 5 years now. I think I need to update that number there. Certified with a couple different organizations, American Society of Home Inspectors, California Real Estate Inspectors Association, and I also have a mold certification through a company called Micro. So I want to talk just a little bit about some of my past experience. These are a few projects that I've worked on. I don't know if you guys have seen any of these. Four Seasons Aviara Hotel, that was the very first project that brought me to California. I did that in the late 90s. You guys maybe have seen the LA Courthouse Airport branch. Anyone has been in there before? Yeah, that's a pretty cool building. I'm very happy with that one. The one on the left side there, Marriott Courtyard in downtown San Diego. That was a really cool historic remodel project. We did the Anaheim Convention Center expansion. UC Irvine Hospital, that was kind of the crown jewel of my career. That was a $250 million job, and I was in charge of all of the site work, everything around the building, and a lot of other stuff. That was a really, really cool project. We did Belmont High School back in the, I don't know, it was early 2000s, mid-2000s. Worked on Trump National Golf Course, met the Donald himself. He is everything you guys think he is. He's And then my last project before I got into home inspection was the Martin Luther King Jr. Hospital. They did a big remodel after they shut it down. The state shut them down for inefficiencies and whatnot, and so they did a big expansion, big remodel, and I got to be a part of that. That was pretty neat. Okay, so that's my past life. Well, I'm now a property inspector. So what is a property inspection? A lot of people think that maybe I'm a building inspector, which is a little bit different. Other people just aren't quite sure what I do. So what I do is I go into a house and I'm looking for defects, looking for things that are going to cost a buyer money in the end. I'm looking for things that are safety hazards. And so we do a pretty thorough inspection of just about everything that we can see, and sometimes we can even speculate about things we can't see. So we're going under the house, into the crawl space, up in the attic, onto the roof, all the way around the house, through the garage, under every cabinet that has plumbing, make sure there's no leaks, checking the electrical system, furnaces, water heaters, and all kinds of stuff. I mean, the list is really too long to list, but it's a pretty thorough inspection. About the only thing that I'm not looking at is termites and sewer inspection in the chimney. Everything else I've got a pretty good line on by the time I'm done with the inspection. I'm able to tell a homeowner, a potential homeowner, what sort of things they're going to have to fix, give them a starting point of figuring out what things are going to cost, what they can negotiate with the buyer, or with the seller rather, and getting a price reduction if needed. So just kind of a general inspection list. I mean, I think last time I did this presentation, I did a whole sheet. I came up with a couple hundred items that I look at. Like I said, it's pretty extensive. Let's see here. I'm moving through this quickly because I want to spend some time on questions. So let's see. Here's the services I offer: general home inspection. So I do that for buyers. I do it for people who are listing their houses if they want to do an inspection ahead of time and kind of find out what other inspectors are going to find when those buyers come in. And then I do home wellness checks. I've got a guy that I'm inspecting this week. He's getting ready to do a big remodel. Wants to know first off what's wrong with the house so he doesn't spend a lot of money on the wrong things. I always do, and then also do mold inspections as part of my business. I always try to get an electronic report same day as inspection. Contingency periods are really short nowadays when you're buying a house, and that's really important to clients to get that same day inspection. $50 discount for anybody here in the group. Money back guarantee. If you're not happy with my services, I do not want your money. I'd rather you be satisfied that I stood behind my word and gave you the money back than to say bad things about me. I have a ADT affiliate program, Yelp incentives, and a preferred contractor referrals. Many of you guys are in that group. Let's see, keys to my success. Okay, so I got to thinking about what kind of makes me unique and what makes me successful at what I do. This is one thing that I discovered about a year ago, is that I was kind of holding myself to unrealistic expectations. So one thing that I've figured out I need to do is accept a little bit of information. It isn't perfection, but strive for excellence and learn from mistakes. I think that's a very important thing to do in anything we do. Punctuality is very important to me. I always show up early, get the reports out the same day, keep clients as well informed as I possibly can, try to educate them. By the end of the inspection, I want my client to know everything they need to know about that house. Even if they don't know anything about houses and construction, I really want to try to translate things into terms that they can understand, and then be available for follow-up. Try and understand the emotional side of buying a house. It's a very big expense for most people, and a lot of people, that it's a very scary experience for them. So I try to be somebody that is an advocate on their side. Just try to be friendly and approachable, and always continue to learn, either through formal education or lessons learned, or I always enjoy it when I go to a job and another contractor shows up that the sellers brought in, or that the buyers brought in. I can always collaborate with them and learn things. Okay, got time for questions? Anybody? Vance? Not Vance, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's over there.
I know he is.
And your mold inspections, is that
Yes.
separate inspections from your home buying? You do that as a separate
So the inspection, looking for mold is part of the basic part of the inspection. Testing for it is a separate fee. So I can always spot the mold. I know where to look for the mold. We're looking for mold in any closets that back up to exterior walls, underneath little, you get those little bench seats like bay windows and stuff like that. That's a good place. Under sinks is a good place for that sort of thing. But then testing is different, because testing has fees and everything involved, and there's a little more liability. So that would be a separate inspection that I can do on the spot.
I just have a quick testimonial.
Oh, yes.
So I've used John in the past, and I look for 4 things in an inspector. I look for promptness, I look for knowledgeable, I look for thoroughness, and I look for reliability. He's all of those. He's very good at what he does.
Thank you.
In the few years that he's been doing it, he's very professional, very knowledgeable, prompt, and affordable, and I'll continue to use him in my practice.
Oh, very, very good. Thank you. That was a nice thing to say. Who else?
I used Price, and Price was just an amazing service. We got a house thanks to John.
Good.
And great job, great report. I got to know everything about the house. Thanks for that.
Oh, very nice.
How is this structured?
So my fee is structured based on the square footage. So condominiums start at $365, and that gets you all the way up to 2,500 square feet. And then I can't remember what my price is after that, because there's not that many condos that go over that. Houses, 405 up to 1,500 square feet, and then it's about $50 every 500 square feet. When I get to really big houses, then it starts to jump up. I got duplex prices and all that, but that kind of gets you in the neighborhood. A good home inspection is going to run you, on average, $450, $500. Depending on the size. Did you have something?
Yeah, just put up on the mold inspection.
Yes.
How you just do mold, and then
I can do just molded, yes.
and then you go to take samples.
Yep, do air samples, swab samples, do outside samples for a control sample to see what's going on outside the house, and then compare that to the inside of the house and look at target areas that have some visible signs of mold, that sort of thing. Joe? Peter?
John, there's roof access, and then there's those little crawl spaces underneath.
Yeah.
Do you have a little troll that helps you get in there?
No, just me. Just me. There aren't too many places I can't fit. If I can't fit my chest through, this is nice and flexible. If I can't fit my frame through there, that's the tough part. To an extent. So this is a general home inspection. When I go into a crawl space, for example, I'm looking for the presence of anchor bolts. I'm not doing an assessment like if a house was built in the 50s and 60s, which is probably the vast majority of Los Angeles. The codes have changed and the technology's changed on how they anchor those down. If it's got an anchor bolt and that anchor bolt doesn't look like it's rusted out, then I'm pretty happy with that. Beyond that, you would have to bring in a structural engineer to really do a full analysis, that sort of thing. Yeah.
What are the things that I should be listening for to let me know that somebody should hire you?
So, my ideal client is not only somebody that is looking to buy a house, but somebody that really values what I do. A few people really just want the cheapest inspector that's out there, and I'm not going to be the cheapest inspector that's out there. But somebody that wants a good quality inspection, that understands that there are literally thousands of dollars that can be saved on a house, either through negotiations or through credits or just simply knowing ahead of time what's wrong with the house. So people that value, good work, that are buying a house or even selling a house. Selling inspections, I don't do a lot of those. I wish I could do more. I think people could really learn a lot about their house before they put it on the market and set the price based on that.
So if I hear somebody say, hey, I'm buying a house, I
Yep.
should suggest that they speak with you?
If they're buying a house or if they're selling a house.
Okay, great.
Either side of that, yep.
Thank you.
Or remodel, right?
Or remodel. Yeah, if anybody's getting ready to do a big remodel, I think that's a great idea. Do a home wellness check, spend a few $100s doing a home wellness check, a full workup of what's right and what's wrong with the building so they don't sink a lot of money into the kitchen when what they really need to do is fix the foundation. You have another one?
Well, yeah, what about an El Nino check?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things that will affect El Nino, and El Nino can really affect the structure of a house. If you have a house that's graded improperly, and you have water accumulating next to that, you can not only cause settlement, but if the concrete starts to soak up water, that will rust the rebar out, and that rebar will expand and actually breaks the concrete. So there's lots of things we can do for El Nino: roof, gutters, grading, sealing up stucco penetrations, looking at windows, all sorts of things. Yeah.
So anybody here who owns a house?
Anybody here owns a house? Yeah. That just broadened the field.
Hey, I gotta just say, so John came over, saved my day, saved me from my tenant that I had about a mold question. So he's awesome. Big referral to him for anything. And maybe you can just tell us, besides just on selling a house or buying a house, are there other times that we can refer you to people for inspections of the house?
So there's a couple other people that would be helpful to me as well. I should expand on just not just buyers and sellers, but real estate agents and mortgage brokers are really great referrals for me. So those are other people that would be good to meet. I think I got time for one more, and then I've got one more slide I want to everybody.
Sure. So I'm an handyman, and the bulk of my business primarily is going to homes, fixing them up for people that are selling them or buying a house. And over the course of 20 years, I've probably worked with maybe 30, 40 home inspectors. And I was with John recently. You are in a complete class by yourself, man. I was just singing your praise to Dr. Gallas, and Dr. Gallas said, it's great, it's fantastic. You are so thorough, but you're not nitpicky, and you're just a great asset to that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Real quick.
How about homeowners association?
What's that?
Homeowners association, HOAs?
Somewhat, yeah. I've met a couple. Certainly get my name around to HOAs would be good. I haven't really thought about too much marketing for those, but yeah. Thanks, so. Thank you. Okay, just real quick, on your sheets there, or on your tables there, if you guys are interested in taking a quiz, I've got a 6-pack of beer that I made as my hobby. For anybody that can come up with, I'll do, I don't know how, we'll see how many people fill out the thing, but 10 non-cosmetic defects anywhere around this building, in this room.